Happy holidays, everyone. This is Chief Riley from the city of Inkster, and I want to talk to you today about some holiday tips. And these are going to be some holiday safety tips to help us all stay safe during this holiday season. Now, one of the things we want you to always understand when we talk about safety is it's so important for us to be aware of our surroundings. So, we're going to start off with how do we keep ourselves safe when driving? Well, one thing we like for you to do is, if all possibilities, avoid driving late at night when you're going shopping. And if you've got to drive, try to have someone with you. You know, as we would say, your partner or your buddy. This is important. Remember, while driving, always keep your doors and windows locked so that no one can come and try to pull your doors open unexpectedly. Also, make sure that when you get out of your car that your anti-theft device is activated and whatnot. Now, when you're parking in a parking lot, make sure that you try not to park beside a large vehicle or anything with a camper shell or a car with too much of a dark tint. This is important because you want to make sure that you can see around you and into the car beside you or the vehicle beside you. This is so important. Again, never leave your car unoccupied and the motor running with children in it. That is a no-no. Definitely a no-no and whatnot. Also, when you're out shopping, don't bring your items back to your car and put them in your trunk or put them in the front of your car and then go back into the store. Because what that would do is that invites people to say, hey, they're gone now. Let me either break your window or let me try to open up your trunk. And by the time you get back from shopping again, you've got something bad that's happened to you. And that's something we just don't want. Another, also make sure that when you're shopping, and this is for the ladies, as you shop, try if you can to carry a very, very small hand purse, if always possible. If not, put your cash and your credit cards in your front pocket. If there's really a need to carry something large, well, put it over your shoulder and try to keep a hold on it as you walk, and when you're shopping, maintain control over it at all times. So this is very, very important. Now, we all know there's times when we get out of a car or we head somewhere and we feel, hey, I forgot my money. Well, if you have to go to an ATM machine, try to choose a location that's well lit. Try to choose a location that's inside of another building, such as a police department or even a mall or something, or a place that you feel safe in. Make sure that when you're getting your money out, you shield your ID so no one can look over your shoulder and get your PIN number. That's very important. Now, of course, as we go shopping, my suggestion is always shop during the daytime. It's much easier on you, and it's less hassle shopping in the daytime because you have more people around you. You can see better, and you don't have to worry about someone hiding in the darkness. Of course, we ask that, hey, when you're shopping, dress casual, dress comfortable. Try wearing expensive jewelry for someone to reach up and snatch and run away, or to draw attention to yourself, because you're out there shopping for someone else. Again, I'll go back. Try to carry a small purse, or put your money and your credit cards in your front pocket, which is always definitely a great idea. Now, make sure that you always carry your driver's license or some form of identification. That's very, very important. And I've also tried to carry that in the front pocket as well. Now, even though you may have 1,000 things going on through your mind and around your surroundings, please, you've got to stay focused and try to remember what are you doing, who's around you, what's surrounding you then, because this is very, very important. Because you don't want to get out there thinking and you're trying to shop and you're not paying attention, you didn't lock your door, you left your purse in your cart. These things happen when people get out there shopping and having a great time shopping for their loved ones. So you've got to be careful of that. And if all possible, try not to carry a whole lot of cash on you. When all possible, use a debit card, use a credit card. And if you have to use cash, try to use large denominations so that when you buy, you don't have a lot of cash wad, a big wad in your purse or even in your pocket. That's important. Now, when you purchase with your check or with a credit card, make sure that you hold on to your receipts. That's just so important because you never know when you might have to return an item and whatnot. And that's important. But a key thing is if you should happen to lose your checkbook or your credit card or debit card, immediately notify the bank or your financial institution, because it could be a credit union. Immediately call and notify them to cancel that card. Now, some of us may have multiple credit cards or bank cards. Take the time to write down the credit card numbers and put them in a safe place so that if something should happen, you will always have that number available to you in a safe place. Now, some people will put it in their cell phone. That's fine and okay too, but however, what if you lose your cell phone? And if you are going to put it in your cell phone, make sure that you have a code on it that locks it so no one can have access to it. And that's very important. That's truly, truly important. Now, as we shop, and I'm sure you're going to be out there shopping and you're going to buy a lot of things, try not to have your hands so full that you can't protect yourself and that you can't be aware of yourself. So be careful of the number of items that you have. And that's why it's so important to shop with a buddy. Have a shopping buddy. That's just so important and whatnot. You don't want anything to restrict your movement when you're out there shopping. It's important. Now, many of us, because we may not have a babysitter, we may have to carry children with us. But it's always best, if possible, when shopping, try to find a good babysitter to watch the kids while you go shopping, because that's less distractions that you may have for you, and that's very important. Because you don't want your kids running around the store, you don't want them getting lost, and because this would be a bad time to lose a child when you've got an extra hundreds or thousands of people inside of a store and everybody will be shopping. It will be difficult to find. So let's be safe when it comes to our children and shopping. That's so important. And if you have your children out there with you, it is always best to make sure that one, your small kids know their name, know their address, know a telephone number, and whatnot. Also teach them to find someone of authority if they should get separated from you. That is so important. Not to just walk off with anybody. And teach them that if someone strange should grab them or try, tell them that all simple thing is to scream and yell for help. And tell people, that's not my mommy, that's not my daddy, help me. If this should occur, this saves lives. And this is so important. Now, when we've got our packages and we're on our way home and we're bringing them on in the house, it is important that when you stack your packages inside your home, don't stack them in front of a window where anybody can walk by and see. That's just inviting a burglary. And on the day after Christmas, and when everybody's got these great presents, try tearing up your boxes. Okay? Try tearing them up and put them inside a dark trash bag, and then take them out so they can be taken away. Don't put a large 60-inch color TV box out in front of your home. That's telling the burglar, hey, there's a brand new 60-inch TV in there, and we're going to get it. So we've got to be smart in some of the things that we do. It's so important. And also, when you're leaving your home to shop, have a neighbor, a trusted neighbor or a relative, keep watch on your home. Also, invest in home security. Invest in lighting systems that will cut your light on and off at certain times, and even cut your radio on and off at certain times. That's important because we want to practice safety. And for those of us that, we will put up a Christmas tree, some will, make sure that we don't have packages sitting next to a hot light, because that's how fires start during the Christmas season. And those of us that may decide to go out and have a real, authentic Christmas tree, we have to make sure that it's watered properly and stayed watered, because we don't want the bristles to dry out, because those are truly fire hazards. Now, here in the north it gets cold. So you want to also make sure that you don't place any heaters beside it, and you don't want to make sure that your tree is beside any type of fireplace or anything that may cause it to catch a fire. This is very, very important. And we want to also try to keep our pets away from our trees, and to make sure that they're not in a position to knock them over onto something that may start a fire. All these things are very, very important. And when you're putting up a tree, put your tree up in a place where no one would trip over it. That's important as well. And these are just a few safety tips to make us have a safe and merry holiday. Now, this time of year, we're going to always get a stranger sometime that may knock at your door, and you have no idea who these people are. Well, my thing is, don't open the door. Speak through the door. Who is it? What do you want? We're busy. We can't come to the door. No, thank you. We're not trying to buy anything. And if these people decide that they don't want to leave, then you pick up the phone and call your local police department. This is important, because this sets a precedent. Because if someone is knocking at your door to see if you're home or see if you're by yourself, and they want to hang around your home, when they see the police show up, they'll say, hey, I can't hang around out here. These people are going to call the police on me. So this place is not going to be easy pickings for me. That's important. And plus, it gives us the opportunity that if someone's out there being suspicious and we pull up on them, we can identify them. So if something goes wrong, we can have a point of interest to go back to. This is so important. Now, we all know that holiday season, people want to go to a party, and a little Christmas party, office party. Well, it's always best to have non-alcoholic beverages when you're at a Christmas party or any party, and you know you're going to drive. Because the motto is, do not drink and drive. We're going to be out there. And right now, the average cost of a drunk driving ticket is close to $10,000 with all the court calls and legal fees. And we don't want to mess up our holiday with that. Call a friend. Call one of these driving agencies that will give you a ride home during the holiday season. But do not drink and drive. And never feel bad that if you have to tell a friend or a relative, hey, you can't drink and drive, take their keys. It's better to have them arguing with you and mad at you for a little while and have them safe and not let anyone get hurt. That's just so important. And if by chance you are the designated driver, be the designated driver. Now, if by chance you want to go and partake of spirits, of the alcohol spirits, but make sure that one thing, you get a good meal in your stomach. Have a good meal and do not overindulge. That's important. And never drink and drive, because that will cause you a lot of problems. Now, we've covered a few things, areas of safety that I want all of you to really take heed on, because I want you to go have a safe and great holiday. Visit friends, visit family, have family and friends come to visit you as well. So these are some important tips that we hope all will heed. Now, we're going to also put these tips on the Inkster Police Department website and Facebook site, so that if you didn't have time to read it all or listen to all of this, you'll have time to go on and read them for yourself. And because our goal is, we want everybody to be safe and have a wonderful holiday, so that we can start the New Year's off right. And from Chief Riley and the Inkster Police Department, I'm wishing everybody a wonderful and safe holiday. And if there's anything that we can do, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you.